What's going on, guys? Boost Auto here, and today we're going to be installing Lumastep M1, our one-of-a-kind light-up running boards for 2023 and newer Ford Superduty trucks, so let's get into it. Ready to take your truck to the next level? Meet Lumastep M1 light-up running boards from Boost Auto. It's not just about looking good, Lumastep is durable, it's rugged, built to withstand even the most extreme climate. Our running boards are built with 6000 series aerospace grade aluminum, meaning they can handle whatever you throw at it. Lumastep features premium lighting functions, allowing full customization on your truck, so take your build to the next level and stand out from the crowd. This specific procedure applies to 2023 and newer Ford Superduty, Super Cab, and Crew Cab trucks. If this procedure does not apply to your vehicle, don't worry, we have a separate Boost Auto install video just for you. Please note, Crew Cab applications will have 3 brackets on each side, while Super Cab applications will have 1 less bracket on each side. In this video, we're showing the mounting procedure on the passenger side, but it's all the same on the driver's side. Here are your mounting points for Crew Cabs. You'll have the one closest to the front, then you'll have the second mounting point closest to the center. Finally, the third mounting point will be closest to the rear wheels. Now for Super Cab applications, you only have 2 mounting points, one in the front and one in the rear. Let's start at the front mounting point that applies to both Super Cab and Crew Cab applications. All the brackets are identical, so they can be installed at any mounting location. Slide in the bracket, guiding the studs from the truck's body through the bracket holes. Next, secure the bracket to the truck by installing a large flat washer, then a 13mm lock nut from your kit to each of the 3 studs. You can further tighten the lock nuts, but hold off on tightening them all the way since we'll be doing further adjustments down the line. Next, move over to the second mounting point. This mounting point only applies to Crew Cab applications. Then install the bracket here, just like the first bracket. Finally, move over to the third and final mounting point. This mounting point applies to both Crew Cab and Super Cab applications. Install this bracket in the same way as the others. Next, go ahead and install the brackets on the driver's side of the vehicle in the same way. At this point, we'll install the bracket covers. This one's the front passenger side bracket. Orientate each cover so its center lines up with the running board mounting bracket. Once the bracket covers are aligned, proceed with installing the push tabs. Install the remaining bracket covers in the same way. Now we're ready to mount our Lumastep M1 running boards to the brackets. Make sure you're mounting the correct running board on each side. The Lumastep M1 plate as well as the integrated module on each board should face towards the front of the truck. Here we're showing the steps on the passenger side. Before mounting, flip your board over. For Crew Cab applications, install 6 T-bolts to the board, 3 on each track. For Super Cab applications, install 4 T-bolts to the board, 2 on each track. Align the T-bolts roughly to the position of the brackets. Then drop your running board onto the brackets. Go ahead and guide all the T-bolts through the holes on the brackets. Then secure each bolt with a flat washer, then a lock washer, and a nut. Use a 10mm socket to thread in the nut further. Hold off on tightening completely for now. At this time, you can slide your board forward or backwards to your desired preference. Once you have your board where you want it, fasten everything down. Once everything is tightened down, perform the same steps on the driver's side. Ensure this board is aligned with the passenger side board before securing all the fasteners down. Start by opening the hood. Then disconnect the battery at the negative terminal. If you have an auxiliary battery, go ahead and disconnect that too at this time. We'll start on the passenger side. Make sure to use the main harness with the power and ground terminals on this side. Tape the 2 connectors going to the running board module to a flattened out coat hanger or straightened out metal piece. Then route the harness along the passenger side firewall and fender liner away from any heat or moving parts. Once the strained out metal piece pokes out through the bottom of the passenger side fender, proceed with pulling the harness through. Remove the tape from the connectors and plug them both into the running board module. The connectors are different sizes and will go to corresponding slots on the module. Be sure to secure the harness out of sight. Then repeat the same steps on the driver's side of the vehicle.
Now at the front wheel on the passenger side in the wheel well area, we'll be partially peeling back our fender liner to access the back of the headlamp connector. To do so, we'll have to remove the screw at the bottom, a trim clip. Next, in this cavity up here, we'll have another screw, and then 2 more screws right where the fender liner meets the fender. You can't see them right now, however, there's 2 screws right here. We'll start removing this 10mm here at the bottom of the fender liner. Now we have this trim clip here. And then another 10mm in this cavity at the front top of the fender liner. And then you can't see them now, but we have 2 other screws on the back side of the fender liner where it contacts the fender right here and right here. Remove those now. And now we can partially peel back our fender liner. You can see here where these metal tabs are on the fender liner is where our 2 screws go into.
With the fender liner pulled back, we can now access the headlight connector, which is located up in this cavity here. For LED headlights, your connector will be located in this general area. Go ahead and remove it. If you have halogen headlights, your connector will be a 3-pin connector located here. Go ahead and remove it. Then back up top of the engine bay, we'll take our black receiving connector on the lighting harness and route it down to the headlight. Now you're ready to connect the headlight connector. Alright guys, at the headlight you have a couple different options to hook up the running board harness. We'll first show you how to install the plug and play adapter that you can option with your running boards. Please note, the plug and play adapter will only operate with LED headlights. If you did not option for our plug and play adapter, your kit will come with our Hardwire adapter instead. If your kit came with our Hardwire adapter, please skip the next section. For plug and play installation, please follow these steps. Go ahead and plug one end of the plug and play adapter to the factory headlight connector. Then take the black 4-pin connector on your adapter and connect it to the receiving connector on your main harness. We can now reinstall our headlight connector back into its housing and repeat the steps on the driver's side of the vehicle. If you did not option for plug and play adapter, your kit will come with our Hardwire adapter. Here's the breakdown of that. The red and yellow wire with a quick disconnect is to tap to the turn signal wire on your headlight connector. Turn signal will come standard for all running boards. The blue wire with a quick disconnect is for enabling running light if you option for it. If you did not option for running light, this wire will not be active. You can simply tape the disconnect out of the way. The white wire with the butt connector is for rock light if you option for it. If you did not option for rock light, this wire will not be active, so be sure to tape the butt connector out of the way. Your headlight will come either with halogen or LED lights. We'll first show you how to install the Hardwire adapter to a 16-pin LED headlight connector. If you have halogen headlights, your headlight will have a 3-pin connector, and we'll break that down right after this section. Start with peeling back some of the insulation to get better access to the wires. We'll start with tapping to pin 12 for turn signal. Pin 12 is located on the bottom row, 4th from the left. Tap to the wire using the provided red T-tap in your kit. Press until it clicks into place. Now connect the red and yellow wire on your Hardwire adapter to the T-tap you just installed. Now, for those of you who option for running light, we'll tap to pin 8 next. Pin 8 is located on the top row, all the way to the right. Tap to the wire using the provided red T-tap in your kit. Press until it clicks into place. Now connect the blue wire on your Hardwire adapter to the T-tap you just installed. Now, back on the vehicle, you can connect the black receiving connector we routed down earlier and connect it to the other end of the Hardwire adapter. We can now reinstall our headlight connector back into its housing and repeat the steps on the driver's side of the vehicle. Using the provided red T-tap, tap to pin 3 for signal. Looking at the wires, with the connector tab to the left, pin 3 is at the third slot from the left. Make sure the T-tap clicks in place. Then connect the red and yellow wire from the Hardwire adapter to this T-tap. If your running boards came equipped with running light, tap to pin 2 next, located in the second slot from the left. Again, tap until the red T-tap clicks in place. Then connect the blue wire from your Hardwire adapter to this T-tap. Next, we'll take the black connector on the Hardwire adapter and connect it to the black receiving connector from the main harness. We can now reinstall our headlight connector back into its housing and repeat the steps on the driver's side of the vehicle. Once your main harness is connected at the headlight, you can now take the white 2-pin pass-through connector on the driver's side, bring it over to the passenger side, and connect it to the white 2-pin connector there. The rock light function overrides any existing function when activated and outputs a solid white light. This will remain on until you switch it off and cannot be overridden by functions such as turn signal or running light. If you did not option for rock light, you can skip to the next section. If you did option for rock light but did not purchase our rock light harness, you will simply need to run a 12-volt power feed to the white wire on the plug and play or Hardwire adapter. If you have an existing rock light or auxiliary switch, you can use that, or any 12-volt trigger will do. If you did option for our rock light harness, follow these next steps. Your harness will have this power terminal, 2 long white wires that will go to the headlight, and your switch. Starting on the passenger side, take one of the white wires and route it down to the headlight connector. Regardless of whether you have our plug and play adapter or the Hardwire adapter, the white wire from rock light harness will connect to the white wire with the butt connector. Reconnect your headlight connector and repeat the same steps on the driver's side of the vehicle. Pass the red and white wires from your rock light switch to the inside of the cab. Tape the red and white rock light wires to the straightened out metal piece. Then guide the metal piece through the firewall to the inside of the cab. Inside the cab, continue to pull the wires through. Locate a suitable spot for the rock light switch and drill a hole into the dash. Once the hole is drilled, install the rock light switch. Be sure to connect the white wires to slot 1 and the red wire to slot 2 as shown here.
We can now reinstall our fender liner. We'll start with installing the 2 bolts that go to the fender liner and to the fender itself. And with these 2 installed, we can now install the 10mm in this cavity, the 10mm down by the front, and the trim clip. We can now install our power and ground wires. Start with installing the power wire. Set this aside, and we'll be removing this nut here. Using our 10mm, remove the nut.
Then install the red power wire from your main harness here. If you have option for a rock light harness, the red power wire will go here too.
Reinstall the nut you just removed. And with that, we could reinstall the cover. Reinstall your negative terminal. And we can install our ring terminal with the black wire on our lighting harness right here at this nut. Remove the nut. Now slide your ring terminal on, and with it in place, reinstall the once removed nut.
Side wireless module comes with 2 harnesses.
Finally, tie up any loose wires out of the way of any heat or moving components. That wraps up our Lumastep M1 install for 23 plus Ford Super Duties. To get yourself a set, head on over to our website. If you like what you guys see or want to see other videos just like this, subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's all for now. We'll catch you in the next one.